Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Last night, a billion hearts burst with pride as Ravindra Jadeja finished the match with a stinging boundary to square leg. India rejoiced as the Champions Trophy returned home after 12 long years. The nation was united as we watched men in blue proudly wrap up the match with the trophy in their hands and the Tiranga on their shoulders. But unfortunately, in some parts of the country, the celebrations were marred by clashes. Remember, our cricketing icons led by example. Virat Kohli bowed down and touched the feet of Mohammad Shami's mother. This gesture of humility and brotherhood warmed India's heart. But unfortunately, from Madhya Pradesh to Telangana, the message of unity and patriotism was tainted with violence, arson and lathi charge. First, let's tell you what happened in Ambedkar Nagar in Madhya Pradesh's Mao after India's victory. Cricket fans erupted into celebrations, cheering for Team India. They held tirangas in their hands and marched through the streets. Authorities say that clashes began when the victory rally came near a mosque. As tempers flared, stones were pelted and arson broke out. 4 people were injured, cars were razed and homes pelted. But why was there violence over India's cricketing victory? While 13 people have been nabbed, eyewitnesses gave different versions of who started the fire. Watch how a night of pride and revelry turned into an inferno of hate and violence.
पूरी सोची समझी साजिश थी, क्योंकि इतने कम समय में इतने ज़्यादा की भीड़ होना और इतना लंबा पथराव करते रहना, मैं नहीं समझती हूँ कि इंस्टेंट काम है वो।
अरे पत्थर फेंक रहे थे और के नाम से बोल रहे थे के नाम से राम का।
क्या बोल रहे थे?
कि बोले राम को बुलाओ, तुम्हारी गाड़ी जल रही है, 4 व्हीलर जल रही है, राम को बुलाओ। और अल्लाह अकबर करते हैं, चिल्लाते हैं मुरे।
ये भी हुआ है कि सुतली बम मस्जिद पर फेंका गया। अब इसका इंडिया की जीत से क्या लेना देना था? क्या मस्जिद पर बम फेंकने से इंडिया की जीत का जश्न मनेगा? नहीं, दूसरी तरफ से तो फूल आ रहे थे। बस यही कहूँगा मैं।
यानी कि दोनों तरफ से पथराव हुआ।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल ठीक है।
अल्पसंख्यक समाज के बस्तियों से भयंकर पथराव। पहले तो जानबूझ के रास्ता डाइवर्ट किया और ये सुनियोजित षड्यंत्र था।
तो इस जश्न में मस्जिद के सामने जय श्री राम के नारे लगाकर मुसलमानों को गाली देने का कोई तुक बनता है? उस दिन जब मुसलमान नमाजों में भारतीय दीन के जीतने की दुआ कर रहा हो, तो ये भाजपाई दक्षिण टोला के लोग हर जीत में मुसलमानों को किनारे रखकर मुल्क में तनाव का माहौल चाहते हैं कि जिससे सरकार की नाकामियों पर चर्चा न हो।
Across in Telangana, there's another instance of so-called intolerance. You can see visuals of how festive fervor after India's victory was met with crackdown by the Hyderabad police. Cricket fans, kids, women and elderly came out on the streets with the Tiranga in their hands and chanting Bharat Mata Ki Jai. But as the crowd swelled, police dispersed them with lathi charge. BJP's Amit Malviya asked, is this a new ploy in Congress-ruled states? Who are they really trying to please? Where should Indians celebrate their country's victory? Watch how the crackdown unfolded during celebrations around 10 p.m. this time in Telangana.
तेलंगाना की सरकार ने सही कदम उठाया, दोनों को डिस्पर्स कर दिया।
रोहित शर्मा की फिटनेस पर सवाल खड़े करने वाले लोग खुद पॉलिटिक्स के लिए अनफिट है, यह आज साबित हो गया है। पर आज पूरा भारत खुश है तो दो एंटिटीज़ बहुत दुखी है। एक है पाकिस्तान, जाहिर सी बात है, और दूसरा है कांग्रेस पार्टी। कांग्रेस पार्टी तो तेलंगाना में भारतीयों को सेलिब्रेट करने नहीं दे रही है।
You just saw how patriots were targeted from Madhya Pradesh to Telangana. This is the intolerance that was on display, that even the khaki was not spared. The Sambhal Circle officer Anuj Kumar Chaudhary facing fire, his fault. He said that if anyone's uncomfortable with Gulal on Holi, they should stay in at home. He added that while Holi is an annual festival, Friday namaz is offered 52 times in a year, and that was enough to have people up in arms. While he was endorsed by Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, the Congress and the Samajwadi Party have called him a tucha gunda and a paid goon of the BJP. Well, it's his job to ensure law and order on Holi. So was he wrong to advise caution? After UP, Bihar BJP has also issued instructions to offer namaz at home on Friday, which is the day when Holi is celebrated. But former Bihar Chief Minister Rabri Devi has said if Prime Minister Modi has the courage, then he should drive Muslims out of the country. But why such provocation? It appears there's a pattern to provoke people on both sides of the divide. In 2022, a Tiranga rally on Independence Day was halted by a group which led to clashes. In 2018, in Uttar Pradesh's Kasganj, a VHP Tiranga Yatra was ambushed and attacked, and one activist, and everybody remembers his name. He was shot dead. In Omar Abdullah's regime in 2011, BJP's Tiranga Yatra was halted allegedly because they feared it will cause unrest. Why? Because they were carrying the tricolor. So is it wrong to hold a Tiranga rally in your own nation? And should patriotism be confused with provocation? Well, the Motorola legitimate question that we're asking on the news hour tonight. Pattern to provoke patriots, especially when they are carrying a Tiranga? That's the question, and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight is Pradeep Bhandari, national spokesperson of the BJP. Also joining the debate tonight, Smita Prakash, editor ANI, Karan Verma, author, Abdul Razak Khan, political analyst, Vivek Silas, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. But my first question goes to Sanjay Jha, Congress leader and author, and of course, a great cricket enthusiast. Sanjay Jha, isn't it sad that in our own country, for celebrating the victory of India after 12 years, winning the Champions Trophy, bringing it back home, has become, an occasion when we've seen violence in many parts of the country, including Telangana, where the police used lathi charge. In Madhya Pradesh, where there was arson, both sides alleging. You heard the old lady there saying there was stone pelting, and there were cars and bikes that were being burnt, and somebody came out and said, "Bulalo apne Ram ko," and there were chants of Allahu Akbar. Of course, the Maulana says a different version, says a bomb was thrown inside the masjid. But isn't it sad that Tiranga, the victory of the Indian team, should cause such clashes across the country?
It is deeply unfortunate. Absolutely. It's disgraceful. It's shameful. I have not just been a cricket enthusiast. I've been pretty much part of that entire ecosystem as part of my career for a while. Let me tell you, Navika, in my opinion, every citizen of this country, 140 crores plus, celebrated India's win. I don't think there are any divisions in our society at all. I'm convinced of it. irrespective of, people coming from different parts of the country, religion, caste, whatever. I felt yesterday in a tough, competitive international tournament, the victory by Rohit Sharma and his boys, never easy. It was phenomenal. And I think everyone yesterday was euphoric. And why not? I just feel sad, though, and because that's the topic for the debate today, Navika, that there are, various special interest groups in our country which have their own agendas. I'll give you an example of the current ruling dispensation. Demonizing minorities and weaponizing hate has become their leitmotif. This is what is their core reason for existence. I can tell you that I read reports. I went into the depth of it after I kind of read what our program was going to be on today. And I also saw an expression of extreme anguish from one of the police officers from the state of Madhya Pradesh, who says that there were certain firecrackers being thrown around very casually. So I just feel that everyone here should realize that we are one. We are one country. Yesterday was a high for everyone. I can tell you, I live in Mumbai, which has been the home of cricket for a long time. People were out on the streets and people honking, driving their motorcycles and, kind of yelling in joy. And why not? But I feel there is an attempt at every time for somebody or the other to paint one section of the society as being unhappy or
and isn't that exactly what you're doing, Sanjay Jha? Because you're talking about the statement of the police officer. Nobody's talking about the statement of Shama Mohammed of the Congress party, who literally panned Rohit Sharma before the semi-final match. You're not talking about the so-called demonized minorities who came out and said, "Arey, Mohammed Shami, is breaking the roza and therefore he's not a Sacha Musalman." You're not even raising questions about the fact that Bharat Mata Ki Jai was being chanted in Hyderabad, and the Telangana police, the Hyderabad police actually used lathi charge to probably people who were disturbing the traffic, but lathi charge? Not one word on that, Sanjay Jha?
Now, Navika, I'm glad you mentioned Mohammed Shami, because that man, I believe, is just a wonderful fast bowler. He's come back from an injury, and look at his performance during the Champions Trophy. He was absolutely spectacular. And I remember in Dubai, incidentally in Dubai or Sharjah, I don't know which part of the Middle East, when he unfortunately gave a lot of runs away in one particular T20 match to Pakistan, and there were people trolling him as if he was an anti-national. Now, these I think are absolutely absurd and atrocious. I'm not saying it's anybody. These are fringe groups in every strata of society. And Navika, we should not give them the importance that they're asking for.
Okay.
Because they survive on this oxygen of publicity. Mohammed Shami is a great bowler. Virat Kohli is a fantastic batsman. Rohit Sharma, by the way, in my opinion, is the best captain in one day and, by the way, even test cricket. So there can be people making very ridiculous comments, and I'm glad they were appropriately ticked off. But the truth is, this game unites us. If you were to ask me, I think cricket makes India it is the most secular.
Fantastic, Sanjay Jha, but actually, you're ducking the question. Pradeep Bhandari, Dr. Shama Mohammed, fringe group, Hyderabad police, a fringe group, that lathi charged, people on the streets reveling after the victory of India. Are these fringe groups that we are talking about?
Well, Navika ji, I agree with Sanjay that everyone in the country was happy except few in the Congress party and Shama Mohammed, because Congress party, in particular Shama Mohammed, who is very, very close to Rahul Gandhi, who's walked, hands in gloves with Rahul Gandhi in the Bharat Jodo Yatra, gave a strategic statement, and she was hoping that under Rohit Sharma, the Indian team lost the match. But thankfully, a praise of $1 billion and this performance of her team ensured that the Congress party's strategic devious intention did not succeed. Let me begin this argument by this picture of the Indian cricket team, the winning Indian cricket team, Navika ji. We look at it as an Indian cricket team. We do not look at it as Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, Isai. But my question in charge here is, what is that thinking of Tushti Karan that an individual individual or a youth who wants to celebrate the victory of the Indian cricket team, hypothetically, in this case scenario, outside the Jama Masjid cannot do so. Are there no-go areas in this country? I believe that whether it is Jama Masjid, whether it is a mandir, whether it is a Gurudwara, we all can celebrate the victory of the Indian cricket team. This is the official statement of the administration, and I quote it in English. In Hindi it says that Jama Masjid के सामने से निकल के पटाखा फोड़ने की बात हुई थी. So my question here is that are the Samajwadi Party people saying that when the Indian cricket team wins, they cannot celebrate outside certain areas, and this is not an isolated incident. On 24th February 2025, when India defeated Pakistan, there was a group of people which shouted slogans in favor of Pakistan. In October 2021, when Pakistan defeated India, from whether it is in Samba and Jammu and Kashmir or certain parts of India, people were celebrating for Pakistan. So what is this thinking where the Indian cricket team wins, the Congress party's appeasement in the vote bank politics ensures that bhai hum Pakistan ko celebrate karenge but Bharat ko nahi celebrate karenge? And just another 10 seconds point. Let's imagine hypothetically Navika ji, they shouted Jai Shri Ram. So does it give license to people to throw stones? That is my another argument.
Well, Abdul Razak Khan, what is making you so agitated? Are you saying that patake chalane mana hai? Nobody can celebrate in front of a masjid, and
मना नहीं है नाविका जी, किसने मना किया?
So what are you saying?
Navika ji, we are diverting the whole issue and we are just trying to blame the minorities there.
Not blaming anybody.
Very clear and upfront.
Not blaming anybody.
Firecrackers were burnt and thrown inside the mosque. How can a Muslim tolerate this?
So tell him to
It's the holy month of Ramadan. We are observing the fast. Somebody burns the firecracker, throws inside the mosque. Nobody will keep quiet. What is Jai Shri Ram?
A single video of a firecracker thrown inside the masjid.
Sir, the rural.
Let's be the devil's advocate here. Abdul Razak Khan, let me be the devil's advocate. You're saying a firecracker went inside the masjid. And that was provocation. Where did so many stones for pelting come from? Where did so many stones for pelting come from? I want to ask you, number one, what's the evidence that there was a firecracker that went inside? And number two, where did so many stones come from for pelting? Please, can you give me any evidence on both things?
Navika ji, what is Jai Shri Ram about the victory of India's cricket team? How can somebody stand in front of the mosque and provoke Muslims by shouting Jai Shri Ram? You are celebrating. Go ahead, celebrate.
How come Jai Shri Ram is a provocation? How come Jai Shri Ram is a provocation if it was said? If they are saying Bharat Mata ki Jai and some of them, let's say they have said Jai Shri Ram. How is it a provocation? Can you please explain to me how is it a provocation?
Navika ji, when Owaisi ji goes ahead to take oath, there is chanting of Jai Shri Ram. When the Waqf bill is being presented, there is chanting of Jai Shri Ram.
I say Jai Shri Ram on your show. Jai Shri Ram. Will you throw stones on me?
Goes till the streets as well.
No, I say Jai Shri Ram. Will you throw stones on me?
I am saying, today you are giving benefit of doubt for your community. Please take a look.
Nothing to do with
who
community.
threw the firecracker inside the mosque. I am giving you the version of the police
Abdul Razak
officer.
Khan, it is not your community, my community. It is our country. Our team won the match. I'm giving the benefit of doubt to everybody. I'm just saying, should something like this have happened in India? When the Indian team has won the match and brought the trophy home 12 years after a 12-year gap, Smita Prakash, how does it become a fight between your community versus my community? Cracker was thrown inside the masjid. Nobody can say Jai Shri Ram. Just what's going on? And who's responsible?
it's very sad that it's reduced to that. Within 12 hours, it got reduced to that. And with regard to this Indore incident, one side saying firecrackers were burst in front of the mosque, some saying thrown inside the mosque, alleging stone pelting resulted as a result of the crackers. And the thing is that, Navika, when everybody says cricket is a religion in India, what follows that there will be dispute and there will be so-called blasphemous behavior which we associate with it, which is totally condemnable, because we saw, as you in your introduction had said, that we saw Virat touching the feet of Mohammad Shami's mother, seeking her blessings, and that's the kind of communal harmony that cricket personifies. And what was visible in Mau was just a disgusting manifestation of something which are the fissures of in this country. And why frankly get provoked? There are two things that happen in an India-Pakistan match. If an Indian Muslim makes a mildly critical remark, he or she is labeled as a Pakistani. That is wrong. The second thing is, there should be, which was pointed out, there should be no-go regions in the country or zones in the country for celebrations of any kind, for rallies of any kind, for protests of any kind. Every gully, every street should be open for citizens. But that's my view. That's not necessarily what the police in a state or takes a decision. If something is going to be disrupting, say, a school or a hospital because of noise, I will understand that the police say ki yahan se hat jao because it is disrupting old people or it is disrupting an ambulance going by. That I can well understand. But then there are some chief ministers who find Jai Shri Ram and irritating, and some people who get offended by Jai Shri Ram. Some people also get offended by meat shops near a holy river, or some people might get offended by Shami drinking water in the hot Dubai weather during Ramzan. In this country, we are getting offended by everything rather than being happy about what you said was after 12 years a champion coming.
No, Abdul Razak Khan,
stop
now what
one
is your
community
defense?
For once, think about us as Indians. That would be a wonderful thing.
Absolutely.
I am not against people chanting Jai Shri Ram, but I am against people who use this as a tool to provoke. Tell me one answer. What is Jai Shri Ram?
But it is up to the majority. We did this as 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds. That if somebody is getting irritated with something, we'll say that. Now people need to grow up, and I'm saying somebody
Muslims have done wrong.
Excuse me, the Maulana there is saying यहाँ से procession क्यों निकला? अरे India has won the match. अगर procession निकला तो मौलाना साहब को क्या दिक्कत है? And where is the stone pelting happen? There are accounts being given by witnesses there, because 2 cars, 2 autos, 20 bikes have been burned. Jai Shri Ram is such a big provocation, Vivek Silas, that people will burn cars now? Is that such a big provocation कि किसी ने Jai Shri Ram बोल दिया? And crackers, according to some witnesses, were only being burst on the road. If crackers are being burst on the road because India has won a match, is that not allowed in our country to celebrate the team's victory?
Not at all. I think, first of all, I should take this occasion for wishing our great Indian team a magnificent victory after 12 years in the Champions Trophy. And if you see what we were just discussing, what happened that side, you see the officer who's the Indore ruler SP, Mr. Santosh Kumar Singh. You read his statement, what he has said. He said that crackers were fired and outside the mosque. But that doesn't come to we cannot come to the conclusion that such things should have happened. It's something that is very, very, that's very sad for the country, and it's not good for the society as well.
No, so crackers should not be burst because India has won a match?
No.
What are you saying?
It should be burned. But such things should not happen. That is what I said. And we were talking about Mohammad Shami, we were talking about how Virat Kohli touched Mohammad Shami's feet, and we all were congratulating. Some people were asking question on that. If Smita Prakash ji said, if a slightest of mistake is done by a Muslim player or something, a tweet has been done, so you just say he's a Pakistani. But I will remind you one thing, Navika, you should remember. In 2024, what happened? During the campaign, what are the great Prime Minister of India said? Leave Mangalsutra, Mujra, Machli, Mutton. What Mr. Modi said. Wait.
Indian cricket team is one after 10 years, my dear friend.
Let me remind you.
No, I can celebrate outside the facility studio. I can say celebrate anywhere. It's a public property. It was not a private place. Who can be urged?
I need to complete, Navika.
Who can be urged by the celebration of
I
Indian
need to
cricket team?
complete, and the viewers should know.
But you are mixing up. You are mixing up the context.
Let me complete. आपने कहा इसने ये कहा, उसने वो कहा, जय श्री राम की बात आई, सब कुछ हुआ. हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने क्या कहा? अगर कांग्रेस और इंडिया गठबंधन की सरकार बनी तो भारतीय क्रिकेट टीम का भी मुस्लिमकरण हो जाएगा.
Navika ji, again I lie. He's lying. The last time he lied on the 4th of June, I'll tell you. This is his second lie. Show it. Navika ji, I remember on your show, last time on 4th of February, he had said कि भाई मुसलमानों की citizenship यूपी में चली जाएगी. अभी तक he's not been able to prove that. Now second time he's lying. Show it.
I'll just show you.
Okay, all right.
But हिंदुस्तान की टीम, क्रिकेट टीम में भी मुसलमान बन.
But in your
what he said.
In the Samajwadi Party's regime in Sambal, nobody could celebrate Holi. That's also a truth. So the Samajwadi Party should not suddenly decide that, you know, the other side is a problem. We have always been very secular. Have they been secular, Karan Verma? What is the track record of the so-called secular parties?
No, I was so astonished, Navika ji. Vivek Silas ji just mentioned what Prime Minister Modi said during the election rallies, which was a lie, by the way. But what we do remember is that in Farrukhabad, Samajwadi Party candidate openly called for vote jihad. I think Vivek Silas ji remembers that distinctly. She made no bones about it, openly calling for vote jihad. तो भाई आप सेक्युलरिज्म की बातें करें, ये शोभा नहीं देता. और दूसरी बात, विवेक जी, आपके जमाने में तो भाई मुजफ्फरनगर राइड्स चल रहे होते थे और सैफई महोत्सव होता था. यहाँ तो देश जीता है ट्रॉफी, उस पे तो सेलिब्रेट करने दीजिए भाई. आप लोग तो सैफई महोत्सव में सेलिब्रेट करते थे जब राइड्स चल रहे होते थे. तो प्लीज जरा आज जब एक नेशनलिस्टिक स्पिरिट है उसको सेलिब्रेट करिए. नाविका जी, आई जस्ट हर्ड अब्दुल रजाक जी से जय श्री राम. एक सेकेंड, मुझे बात करने दीजिए. नाविका जी, दिस इज नॉट फेयर. आई वेटेड फॉर माय टर्न. नाविका जी प्लीज
मेरी बात कर लीजिए.
ये क्या तरीका है? मैं अपने विवेक जी, ये फेयर नहीं बात. मुझे बात करने दीजिए, फिर आप बोलिए.
ओके, मेक योर पॉइंट करण.
अब्दुल रजाक जी अभी बोल रहे थे कि भाई जय श्री राम से प्रोवोक हो गए. जय श्री राम से प्रवोक हो गए. जब ओवैसी जाते हैं तो भी जय श्री राम के नारे लगते हैं. मैं उनको बता दूं, जिस संविधान की शपथ लेके ओवैसी वहां बैठे हैं तो उसमें हमारे प्रभु श्री राम का चित्र बना हुआ है. एंड नाविका जी, लुक एट द हिपोक्रेसी. जय श्री राम इज अपेरेंटली प्रोवोकेटिव फॉर देम, पर सर्तन से जुदा इस मेलोडियस सेक्युलर म्यूजिक टू देयर ईयर्स. बिकॉज ऑन 20th October 2024, Navika ji, in Telangana, in the Rand Bazaar area, there was a youth who was targeted over an Instagram post by the Telangana police, and the Muslim mob surrounded it, calling Sartan se juda, and the police meekly looked towards the other way. They did not even make an arrest. Today the police is lathi charging when people are chanting Jai Shri Ram out of euphoria. They are chanting Bharat Mata ki Jai, but apparently for Sartan se juda, this Congress police chose to look the other way. So this is the hypocrisy we need to call out. When my friend Sanjay Jha says that we need to ignore these fringe elements, here it's the Telangana police which is involved in this hypocrisy, and their lies needs to be called out. It needs to be called out.
जब मुसलमान दिखता है तब जय श्री राम याद आता है.
अरे भैया, वहाँ पे एक वीडियो दिखा दो जय श्री राम. आपने कहा अगर जय श्री राम भी दे रहा तो पत्थर फेंकोगे क्या? मैं बोलूंगा इस शो पे जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम, मुझे पत्थर फेंकोगे क्या? ये भारत की चीज सेलिब्रेट हो रही थी. पहले वो जामा मस्जिद हो, मंदिर हो, गुरुद्वारा हो, सेलिब्रेट हो सकता है. हम तालिबान में नहीं रह रहे, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन रिपब्लिक में रह रहे.
तो बीजेपी वाले जय श्री राम क्यों चिल्लाते हैं?
You know, if you talk about provocations, let's just hold it, Abdul Razak Khan. Nobody, मुसलमान को देख के जय श्री राम नहीं याद आता. नहीं याद आता किसी को. So don't make it a provocative. This is an occasion when a victory of the cricket team is being celebrated. It is the cricket team that is being celebrated. People are saying Bharat Mata ki Jai. Somebody said Jai Shri Ram. Why should it bother you so much? But let me ask Sanjay Jha as well. Sanjay Jha, not one word on the crackdown, on the lathi charge by the Hyderabad police. I want to ask you, yes, law and order is their duty to provide, but lathi charge to those who are chanting Bharat Mata Ki Jai, you know, they're celebrating the victory, maybe unruly, maybe, but lathi charge? Are there no other ways that the police can control a crowd? Is that the best option available in crowd control? Lathi charge those who are reveling in the victory of India?
Navika, a short answer to you, but first and foremost, I think what my friend Vivek mentioned about the Prime Minister trying to politicize sport during the campaign when he said seats will be reserved for minorities if the Congress India alliance wins is true. It's true. So you and I both know, Navika, you are a veteran.
Navika ji, again, I am humbly want to interject. Can Vivek or Sanjay, you are a very educated person. I personally respect you. Show me the exact.
Okay, my research team is pulling out the exact quote. I'll put it out there, but let him make his point. Yes, Sanjay.
So Navika, here's my point. I mean, it is so unfortunate, right? 24 hours are not yet over, and we are sullying the great achievement of the Indian cricket team by having such an absolutely acrimonious conversation amongst fellow citizens who I'm sure all 6 of us on your program, you including 7, were so happy yesterday. Do we deserve this? The answer is really no. And I want to point out for you, okay, that this is really something that we should all worry about. I don't care what everyone's individual political preferences are, but I live in Maharashtra, and I can tell you in Malvan, go back to that incident. There is a young boy of 15 years old who got arrested. His father's shop was bulldozed because somebody complained to the cops that that boy, 15-year-old boy who got arrested, was raising a pro-Pakistan slogan. And, you know, this is a government that has done nothing about a minister in their party in Maharashtra who's made the most absolutely shocking hate speeches against the minority community. What kind of a world are we living in? The chief minister wants to remove the grave of Aurangzeb. You know, Navika, you are a veteran. You have handled many a political dynamic. I don't think all of us deserve this kind of absolutely pathetic, puerile conversation. And I do.
We don't, but we also did not deserve the pathetic appeasement that has gone on for decades and decades, Sanjay Jha. So somewhere you have to understand and admit that there was appeasement that was going on as if that was what the Constitution had taught us. And Smita, tell me if I'm wrong. You know, if people are alleging today that we've swung towards the right, please tell me if I'm wrong, that we had swung completely on the bandwagon of appeasement, you know, in the Congress regime or in the regimes of the so-called secular party, and BJP was always treated as if it was an untouchable because, you know, its voter base was really the majority community in this country.
So if it is a societal backlash to appeasement policies of decades, or if it is a political backlash for appeasement, that is anybody's guess. But what I do want to talk about is you talked about the Indore incident and about the Hyderabad incident. In the Hyderabad incident, you talked about, you know, what was the need for the police high-handedness that was visible. What was the need for lathi charge? You know, when these slogans are raised, the police doesn't know what to do. Can they take action at that stage? Suppose there is a Sar Tan Se Juda kind of a slogan which is raised. Do you think that the police can go about beating up the crowds at that stage? They have to be scared because they don't know how it's going to. They've got to go back to their homes, right? Their homes could be in localities where action could be taken by some lunatic in that group which can take action against them. But if they take action against a Jai Shri Ram group, there will be nothing that will happen to them when they go back home. So just understand the mentality of the police which is working there in crowd control. So my heart goes out to the police. They don't know. They have to get political support for action that they have taken. And what I'm trying to say to you is, I don't know what you're saying. I have no clue about what you're saying. I think you just need to just calm down and understand that everybody was still in a state of euphoria. And if you think that something was done to provoke you, you shouldn't have got provoked. That's all I can say.
Absolutely, and well said, well said. You know, how can Bharat Mata ki Jai or Jai Shri Ram be anything that provokes anybody in this country? But you know, I completely understand the point Smita Prakash is making about the police. They also have to go home. They don't know what the backlash is. But how come, you know, Karan Verma, that when crowds are chanting Bharat Mata ki Jai, lathi charge is easier to do than when crowds are doing Sar Tan Se Juda? Isn't that exactly what happened in Hyderabad yesterday?
I'll partially agree. Exactly. I'll partially agree with Smita ji that my heart also goes out to the police. But here, let's understand there's a clear pattern, Navika ji. On 22nd October 2024, in the Mahakali temple, Yakutpura, there were Sar Tan Se Juda stands and 60 people surrounded the temple. Not just that, they started vandalizing it when the police asked the people in the temple to vacate the premises and not a single arrest was made of the mob. So this kind of meek surrender is also not what is required from the law and order agencies, right? And here, 6 people are critically injured just because they were celebrating India's win and chanting Jai Shri Ram and Bharat Mata ki Jai. So there is a design, there is an instruction from the top, there is an appeasement design which we see very clearly. That you are not going to arrest those who are chanting Sar Tan Se Juda because apparently your political calculus, your political basket would be disturbed. And here you can go on an arrest spree and placate the community or placate those people who you want to placate and use as vote banks.
Well,
so
unfortunate because this is a victory that should have been savored by 140 crore people. Everybody should have sat back with their Tiranga, enjoying the warmth of both the victory and the Tiranga. But what we saw in different parts of the country really raises the question. Why are we seeing this pattern? Why are we seeing on certain festivals that there is one group of people who are up in arms? Why are Shobha Yatras being targeted? Why does it have to be a competition between different festivals of different communities? In Bengal, you'll always have the Durga Puja versus the Muharram. Why? Why can't we coexist as we did? But why is there a pattern also when there is a victory of the Indian team? Tiranga above everything. Is that a motto that we've forgotten? Is it time to remind each one of ourselves, whichever community, whichever part of the country we come from, does actually reminding of Tiranga even be required to celebrate the victory of India? Isn't it a sad day if we have to actually call out to the people of India to remember that they're celebrating the Tiranga? Nothing else should matter. But arson, lathi charge, well, puts to shame those who should actually have been standing up to welcome back our heroes, from Rohit Sharma to Mohammad Shami. Each one of them who's done India proud. Instead, what are we discussing? Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Should we allow the fissures to deepen so much, even if it is political agenda on display? Should we become total props in the hands of politicians? Certainly not. Let's go back to celebrating Team India and let's go back to celebrating Tiranga, because that's what our identity is. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists joining me on debate number 1.